Ladies and gentlemen, this is Friendship Pearson, and welcome again to my channel. It is Friday, happy Friday, May 17th of 2024. I asked the question, are you seeing a trend? Are we witnessing a trend in America and throughout the world? A prophecy, if you will, being fulfilled. A possible compromise, the revelation of a one world church being formed right before our eyes. We know that they just completed a church, about a year ago? What is that? Saudi Arabia, I believe it is. They've got the three major religions of Christianity, Muhammad. What else do we have over there? Christianity, Muhammad, Islam, Judaism, one world church. And now we're seeing a dilution, an actual dilution. Even in the Christian music the last 25, 30 years, you almost can't tell the difference between Christian music and regular music. But when it comes down to the church, are we weakening the gospel? Has the church and government reached a point where it's just galvanized? I mean, it was obvious when I was heavy into the church. I would see the compromise, and I always made me cringe when I would see a politician step into the pulpit, and then they would make promises, and I was wondering always, how much did the pastor get out the deal? Although I do believe we should mingle. We can debate that till Jesus come, but are you seeing a dilution? We got the scriptures, the new modern day versions of the Bible versus the Schofield Bible versus the King James. I just want to get your opinion, because this is the Senator Raphael Warnock. He was selected by some very powerful people in the Democratic Party. He was asked several times to come on aboard and run for this position, and he did. He won. And so it seems like the king horses and all the king's men are grabbing people of all faiths, of all colors and all cultures, and bringing them into the fold, sometime politically. And I question Senator or Reverend Warnock. He's a pastor. He comes from the historic Dr. King Jr., civil rights leader, who died back in the day through assassination. And now we have Reverend Warnock. He's the pastor of the same church. But I want you to hear this, and then I want to discuss with you what I think is going on here.
One of Georgia's most popular pastors, U.S. Senator Raphael Warnock, now sharing what he discussed with the man leading the largest Christian church on earth, Pope Francis. Their meeting held in private with the help of an interpreter this past April at the Vatican. Warnock says they spoke and prayed about the humanitarian crisis in Gaza, the Pope telling the senator he's in regular contact with a small congregation of Catholics there.
He calls them almost daily, just to check on them. And as a pastor with a parish,
So yeah, I'm not reading too much between the lines. We got Warnock secretly meeting with the Pope. The Pope. It's a good thing, religious leaders, politicians meeting with him, but looking at the atmosphere, going from Atlanta to the Pope, that's a big step for any man, for any woman, for any being. Are they really setting up a one world system before our very eyes? That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking. Let's hasten a little bit longer. Let's go here.
What's your thoughts on his positions on those things?
The Pope, I believe, labors to center human dignity. And that doesn't mean we always land on the same side of every issue. But what I see in him is an effort to center human dignity.
Now, what he's reacting to, there were some controversial issues or big subjects that the reporter asked, I'm not going to put it here because I don't want to get in trouble with the two, but you know, the Pope leans certain ways, and he's asking Warnock, hey, you know, what's your views? What's your reaction to what the Pope, what he feels? I want you to listen again to his choice of words. I think this is interesting or telling.
Thoughts on his positions on those things?
The Pope, I believe, labors to center human dignity. And that doesn't mean we always land on the same side of every issue. But what I see in him is an effort to center human dignity.
So do we politicize things even as a reverend? I'm just asking. I'm not saying he's compromising the gospel, but he is a politician who's also the head of Ebenezer Church, coming from the history of Dr. King. And you have to ask yourself, you know, is this politics, will it spill over, hint, hint, into his religious, his belief in Christianity? Will there be a compromise? Because he's talking about the Pope. I don't want to, you know, I got to use his words. He's targeting the humanity so we can move forward. Is that the way you look at it? You know, and then at the end they had this going on. I saw the lady in purple, and then I saw the X, and I saw this symbol here, but I saw the X, and I'm like, oh God, I don't know, people. I just don't know. I mean, the red, the black, I don't know if this coincidence, but look, I see what I see. This looks like Aztec or hieroglyphics, but that's the X again. I've been talking about this symbol you guys taught me this past week. I think it was close to this, I don't know, Buddhism you guys told me about. But look, is this outfit speaking? And out of all outfits, why do we have purple? And why is that an X? X means to what? To eliminate the 24th letter alphabet. Look, you can watch the video. Tell me what you think, comment section. The name of the video is ANF Inside Senator Raphael Warnock's private meeting with the Pope. Is everybody mixing together, coming together at the end? They're going to form this one world church? I don't want anybody, especially, not that I got a choice, I'm just saying it, I'm a black man, but look, I don't want black folks to see. I like Dr. King, I like some of the things he was about, but I believe he erred economically, talking about integrating. It was bad for black people, and it infuriated all races to me, because it played into the plans of the powers of racism on both sides, to keep each other at odds, black and white. We should have done it gradually. If we want to integrate a little at a time, that's fine. But again, you dilute, when you merge and integrate, again, black people, only the well-to-do or wealthy people left our communities back in the 60s and the 70s. Dr. King said, integrate. It left our communities vulnerable and destitute. That's all I'm saying. It's dilution. And is this a delusion for a Christian pastor to hook up with a Pope who's Christian? And I'll get into that, but let me play this guy's video here. False Light Awakening, Hugo Talks. Listen to his synopsis about what's going on. People are talking about being Christian these days. You've heard about it, but they're saying they're Catholic. Check it out.
Jesus, why you have all of these celebrities suddenly saying they are baptized and are all of a sudden going Catholic. It's the false prophet slowly creating now a dichotomy of two extreme sides, an extreme good side and an extreme evil side. Both of them are false. On one side we have these celebrities, say like Russell Brand and Candace Owens and Jordan Peterson and his wife, suddenly talking about, you know, Jesus and going Catholic and doing the rosary and promoting Hallow apps and stuff. And then on the other side we have talk of Satan and the Antichrist.